Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to solve some problems in finding the standard equation of a parabola given some conditions. Pero bago yan, let us first define a parabola. Okay, we have here the definition of a parabola. Let f be a given point and L be a given line not containing f. The set of all points P such that its distances from F and from L are the same is called a parabola. The point F is the focus of the parabola and the line L is the directrix of the parabola. So para mas maintindihan, tignan nyo yung GIF file sa baba. So you can see there kung paano nabubuo yung parabola gamit yung fixed point F at yung fixed line L. Okay? Dito naman, makikita natin yung ibang properties ng parabola. First one, yung fixed point ay yung focus ng parabola. Yung fixed line naman ay yung directrix ng parabola. Makikita rin natin dito yung point na to. This point is the point midway the parabola or the point midway the focus and the directrix. Okay, that point is what we call the vertex of the parabola. You can also see here itong line na to. This line passes through the focus and the vertex perpendicular to the directrix. Okay? This line is what we call the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry divides, as you can observe in the parabola, it divides the parabola into two congruent parts. Okay? The last property is this one. This is the latus rectum. This is the chord through the focus perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. Its endpoints are on the parabola. Okay? That latus rectum is very important para malaman natin yung shape ng ating parabola or yung width ng opening ng ating parabola. Okay, so from the definition, any point on the parabola, okay, kung kukunin natin yung distance nito from the focus and from the directrix, dapat equal lang yung distances na makukuha natin. Okay, so that makes a parabola. Ngayon naman, tignan natin yung mga standard equations ng parabola. So here we are going to consider four orientations of a parabola. So a parabola could open upward, downward, to the right, and to the left. Okay? So since meron tayong apat na orientation, it will follow also na may apat tayong standard equation or forms ng standard equation. So first one, we have for the parabola that opens upward, ang standard equation niya, if your vertex is at HK, is x minus h quantity square equal to 4c times y minus k. So, yan yung standard equation niya. If yung vertex naman ay nasa origin, therefore your h and k are 0, so magiging x square equal to 4cy na lang siya. Okay, so that is for the parabola that opens upward. Ngayon naman, what if if the parabola opens downward? So, ang nangyari lang, if you can notice here, yung 4c ng upward, naging negative lang. Okay, so yan lang yung kaibahan nila. So, naging negative 4c lang sila. Okay, next, if your parabola opens to the right naman, so as you can see here, si y minus k na yung nakasquare, hindi na si x minus h ang nakasquare. So here you have y minus k quantity square equal to 4c times x minus h. If the vertex is at the origin, so you have y square equal to 4cx. Okay, so that is for the parabola that opens to the right. If it opens to the left, so ito, naging negative lang yung 4c. Okay, so negative yung 4c. As you can see here, if your x minus h yung nakasquare, it's either upward or downward. Ang basihan na lang is yung sign ng 4c. The same dito. Sa to the right and to the left naman, yung nakasquare ay si y minus k. Ang basihan pa rin is yung sign ng 4c. Okay? So, we have here the properties of the parabola, the vertex. It is the point midway the focus and the directrix. Sinabi ko na yan kanina. Ang focus and directrix naman ay C units away from the vertex. So as you can see in the equations here, may C dyan. Okay, actually yung C ay yung distance ng vertex to the focus or distance ng vertex to the directrix. C ang distance na yon. Okay, another term for that C is the focal length, meaning that is the distance from the focus to the vertex. Okay? Another one is the axis of symmetry. It is the line passing through the vertex and the focus. Okay? If you have an axis of symmetry that is vertical, so makikita nyo dito, vertical, the parabola is either opens upward or downward. If horizontal naman, kagaya nito, the parabola either opens to the right or to the left. Okay? And for the latus rectum naman, it is the chord perpendicular to the axis of symmetry passing through the focus with its endpoints on the parabola. The length of the latus rectum is 4c. Therefore, yung nakikita nyong 4c sa standard equations dito, yan yung mga length ng latus rectum. So, length lang yan ng latus rectum, 4c. Okay, ngayon naman, let us try to solve problems in finding the standard equation of the parabola satisfying some conditions. So, as you can see here, we have 4 problems. For number 1, yung vertex at focus ang given. For number 2, focus at directrix ang given. Number 3, vertex, axis of symmetry, and a point on the parabola ang given. And for number 4, vertex, axis of symmetry, and one of the endpoints ng latus rectum ang given. Okay? So, bago tayo mag-continue, I want you to try muna itong mga problems na to. Then, you can continue watching after if you are done answering so that you can check if tama yung sagot ninyo. Okay? So, we have here, number 1. The vertex is 1, negative 9. The focus is negative 3, negative 9. So, as you can observe kanina, the standard equation ng parabola depends sa orientation nito. Meaning, para malaman natin yung standard equation ng parabola with vertex 1, negative 9 at focus negative 3, negative 9, kailangan muna nating malaman ang orientation nito. At para makita natin yung orientation, let us try to plot the points on the Cartesian plane para ma-picture out natin yung opening ng parabola. Okay? So, we have here solution. Okay? Yon. Suppose this is our Cartesian plane. Since the vertex is 1, negative 9, it is located here. Right? So, you have V1, negative 9. Okay? We also have the focus, negative 3, negative 9. So, negative 3, negative 9. So, this is our focus. It's negative 3, negative 9. Okay? Now, take note, yung parabola, always niyang kinakain yung focus. Okay? So, yung focus makikita nyo sa loob ng opening ng parabola. Okay? In this case, since yung focus ay nasa left ng vertex, so most likely, ang parabola natin will look like this one. Okay? So, we have a parabola that opens to the left. So, our orientation now, okay, it opens to the left. Since it opens to the left, our equation will look like this one, y minus k square equal to negative 4c times x minus h. Okay? So here we need the values of h, k, and c para malaman natin yung form ng standard equation ng parabola dito. In this case, since yung vertex ay given, So we can now have the values of h and k. So our h is 1, our k is negative 9. To solve naman for the value of c, take note yung c ay distance ng vertex to the focus. And since given yung dalawang points, so we can just take the distance, right? So c is just equal to, okay, since they are horizontally aligned, okay, they are horizontally aligned, we can just take the absolute value of the difference ng mga x coordinates ng points dito. Okay, if they are vertically aligned naman, you are just going to take the absolute value of the difference ng mga y coordinates. And if diagonal naman sila, we will now use the distance formula that you know. Okay, so here we will subtract the x coordinates. So we have negative 3 minus 1. So pwede yung magbaliktad. We will arrive with the same answer. So you have absolute value of negative 4 or just 4. So we have now the value of c, h, and k. So our standard equation will be, substitute lang natin yung values. So we have y minus our k is negative 9 square equal to negative 4 times our c is 4, x minus h is 1. Or simply y plus 9 square equal to negative 16, x minus 1. This is now our final answer. Okay? Let's try naman itong number 2. Si focus at si directrix ang given. So we have here the solution. Okay? Suppose this is our xy plane. Since the focus is 7, 11, so it is located here, 7, 11. So dito. This is our focus with coordinates 7, 11. Now, our directrix is x equal to 1, so ito yung line na yan. Okay, that is x equal to 1. So, vertical si directrix, x equal to 1. So, from that, since yung focus again ay kinakain ng parabola, at yung directrix naman ay nasa likod parati ng parabola, therefore, ang parabola natin, most likely, ganito ang kanyang itsura. So, it opens to the right. Okay, so we have now the orientation. Okay, it opens to the right. Ayan. So, the equation will be y minus k square equal to 4cx minus h. Yun. Now, we need the values of h, k, and c. And since hindi binigay si vertex, we will solve first for the coordinates ng vertex. And take note, yung vertex ay yung point midway, the focus, and the directrix. And from this one, we can find one point here on the directrix, right? Aligned to the focus para makuha natin yung midpoint dito using the midpoint formula. Okay, and this point has the coordinates 1, 11. Okay, so using these 2 points, the vertex now, okay, the vertex is equal to midpoint formula. Add lang natin yung x coordinates. So you have 1 plus 7, divide it by 2. Then add nyo rin yung y coordinates. So 11 plus 11, then divide it by 2. So we have 4, 11. Okay, so we have now our vertex and we have the values of h and k na. Ngayon, ang c naman ang hahanapin. Since we have the focus and the vertex, we can just take that distance, right? Since they are horizontally aligned, so subtract lang natin yung x coordinates nila. So we have 4 and we have 7. Okay, and take the absolute value. So we have absolute value of negative 3 or just 3. So we have now the value of C. Ngayon, meron na tayong standard equation. So yung standard equation natin will be, okay, yan. Substitute lang natin y minus our k is 11. Quantity square equal to 4 times our c is 3. X minus our h is 4. Ayan. So we have now y minus 11 square equal to 12 times x minus 4. Ayun. So we have here the final answer. Okay? Sa number 3 naman tayo. Sa number 3, given yung vertex, axis of symmetry, and a point on the parabola. So, para malaman natin ang orientation, plot muna natin yung points. Ang vertex ay negative 5, negative 7. So, nandito siya. This is your vertex. Negative 5, negative 7. Yan. The axis of symmetry is vertical and take note, it passes through the vertex. So, therefore, ito yung axis of symmetry natin. Yan. Okay? And we have the point 7, 11. So, we have this point 7, 11. Point P with coordinates 7, 11. Now, since our axis of symmetry is vertical, it is either the parabola opens upward or downward. And since yung point natin sa parabola ay nasa taas ng vertex, therefore, the parabola opens upward. Okay? So, our orientation, so we have a parabola that opens upward. So, the equation will be x minus h quantity square equal to 4c times y minus k. Okay? So, ngayon, since meron na tayong vertex, so meron na tayong values ng h and k dito. Yan. So, si C na lang ang hahanapin. Wala tayong focus at directrix, so hindi natin sila magagamit. Pero, meron tayong point dito sa parabola. Sila yung mga xy natin, right? So, therefore, since meron tayong xy and h and k, we can just substitute it here. At yung matitira ay si C na lang. So, masosolve na natin yung value ng C. Okay, so ang gagawin natin, substitute lang. So, by substitution, ayan. So, you have your x is 7 minus your h is negative 5 square equal to 4c. Hindi natin alam yung c. Y is 11 minus your k is negative. K is negative 7. Okay. Wait. Yun. Negative 7. There. 7 minus negative 5 is just 7 plus 5 or 12. And squaring it, you have 144. 11 minus negative 7 is 11 plus 7. And that is 18 times 4. That is 72c. Right? Solving for c, we divide both sides by 72. So c is equal to 2. Therefore, we have now our standard equation. Okay? So our standard equation ay, substitute nyo lang, x minus h is negative 5 square. So you have 4 times your c is 2. Y minus your k is negative 7. And there we have x plus 5 square equal to 8 times y plus 7. This is now our final answer. Okay? For the last problem naman, given yung vertex at yung axis of symmetry at yung isang endpoints ng latus rectum. So, the same process. We will first plot the points. So, yung vertex ay negative 3, 4, negative 3, 4. So, nandito siya. Yan, this is our vertex, negative 3, 4. Okay? Yung axis of symmetry ay horizontal, meaning it will pass through the vertex, right? So, ito yung axis of symmetry natin. Okay, so yan. Okay. Next, yung endpoint naman ay negative 1, 8. So, we have negative 1, 8. So, nandito siya. Okay, so we have negative 1. Ngayon, since the axis of symmetry is horizontal, so it is either of the parabola opens to the right or to the left. But since nasa right side yung isang endpoint ng latus rectum sa vertex, so therefore, our parabola will open to the right. Okay, so we have that parabola. So therefore, our orientation now is just it opens to the right. Okay, yun. And the standard equation will be y minus k squared equal to 4cx minus h. Yun. Now, we need the values of HK and C. Meron na tayong HK, yung vertex. So, yung C na lang ang hahanapin natin. From this one, from the illustration, we can find actually the focus. Kasi yung latus rectum, di ba, dadaan siya sa focus. And take note yung vertex naman, aligned siya sa focus. Therefore, ang focus ay nandito. Yan. Right? So your focus now has the coordinates. You have here negative 1 and your y is 4. Okay? So from that, we can now solve for the distance from the vertex to the focus. That is your focal length, which is yung C. Right? So your C is just equal to the absolute value. Horizontally aligned sila. So subtract natin yung x coordinates. So you have negative 3 minus negative 1. Yun. And that is negative 2, or absolute value of negative 2 is 2. Okay, so we have now the value of C. So the standard equation will be, okay, ayan. Substitute natin, we have y minus your k is 4, ayun, square equal to 4 times C is 2, x minus negative 3, your h. So we have now the standard equation y minus 4 quantity square equal to 8 times x plus 2. This is now your final answer. Okay, so we have answered the 4 problems. So I hope may natutunan tayo ngayon. Thank you for watching.